Hello everybody, and I promise that I make new video about Godfather audiobook. I promise, I do. Okay, we're stopped in chapter 9. Okay, let's start. Oh, sorry. Chapter 9. Michael stood on the sidewalk outside the hospital and lit a cigarette. He unbuttoned his coat and stood in the light and of the lamppost so that his feature could be seen. A car seemed roaring down the street, and Michael was instantly alert. He stayed in the street for no more than 10 minutes when suddenly the night air was split by a police siren. A patrol car made a screaming turn from 9th Avenue and pulled up in front of the hospital. Two more squad cars followed right behind it. Suddenly, the hospital entranceway was flooded with uniformed police and detectives. Michael gave a sigh over the relief. Good old Sonny must have gotten through right away. He moved forward to meet them. Two huge, burly policemen grabbed his arms. A massive police captain came up the steps. He came out to Michael and said harshly, "I thought I got all you Guinea hoods locked up. Who the hell are you, and what are you doing here?" One of the cops standing beside Michael said, "He's clean, Captain." The detective in plain clothes said, "It's Michael Corleone's Don's son." Michael said quietly, "What happened to the detectives who were supposed to be guarding my father? Who pulled them off the duty?" The police captain was choleric with rage. You fucking head! Who the hell are you to tell me my business? I pulled them off. I don't give a shit how many Dago gangsters kill each other." Dago, it's a nickname. It's an Italian, and Dago is Italian nickname of gangsters. Now get the hell out of here and stay out of his hospital when it's not within hours. Michael's mind was racing furiously. Was it possible that Soloza had been in that first car and had seen him standing in front of the hospital? Was it possible that Soloza had this and called this captain and said, "How come the Corleone's men are still around the hospital when I paid you to lock them up?" Was it possible that it all had been carefully planned as Sonny had said? "Still cool," he said to the captain. "I'm not leaving this hospital until you put guards around my father's room." The captain didn't bother answering. He said to the detective standing beside him, "Will, lock this punk up." The detective said hesitantly, "The kid is clean, Captain. He's a war hero, and the papers could make a stink." Michael, still thinking clearly, not angry, said, "How much is a torque paying you to set my father up, Captain?" Police captain turned him. He said to the two burly patrolman, "Hold him." Michael felt his arms bend to his side. He saw the captain's massive fist arching towards his face. He tried to lean back, but the first caught him high on the cheekbone. A grenade exploded in his skull. His mouth filled with blood, and small hard bones, as he realized were his teeth. His legs were weightless, but he was still conscious. The plainclothes detective had stepped in front of him to keep the captain from hitting him again and was saying, "Jesus Christ, Captain, you really hurt him?" The captain said loudly, "I didn't touch him. He attacked me and he fell. Do you understand?" said. He resisted arrest. Through a red haze, Michael could see more cars pulling up to the curb. Men were getting out. Now, one of them he recognized as Clemenza's lawyer. He glanced at Michael. "Do you want to prefer charges against whoever did this to you?" he asked. Michael had trouble talking. "I slipped," he said. "I slipped and fell." He saw the captain give him a treatment glance, and he tried to answer the glance with a smile. Then he felt himself carried into the hospital, and he lost consciousness. When he woke up in the morning, he found that his jaw had been wired together, and that four of his teeth along the left side of his mouth were missing. Hagen was sitting beside his bed. Is there anything else wrong with me?" Michael said. "No," Hagen said. "Sonny wants you out at the Long Beach house. Think you can make it?" "Sure," Michael said. Lorenzo was driving. Michael and Hagen sat in the back. Michael's head dropped. "So what really happened last night? Did you guys ever find out?" Hagen spoke quietly. "Sonny hasn't signed, man. The detective Phillips who tried to protect you. The police. Captain Kulski is a guy who's been undertaking very heavy ever since he's been a patrolman. Our family has paid him quite a bit, but Soloza must have paid him a big price. Kulski had all Tassius men arrested right after within hours. The man Kulski pulled the official guard detectives of the Don's door. He was paid off to set it done up, and Phillips said he's the kind of guy who will try it again." Hagen said, "By the way, it might make you feel better to know that the Carlin family finally got up in the scoreboard." Bruno to the Gilia, 4 o'clock this morning. Michael sat up. "How come? I thought we were supposed to sit tight." Hagen shrugged. "After what happened at the hospital when he got hurt, the bottom men are all out all over New York and New Jersey. We made the list last night. I'm trying to hold Sonny in. Mike, maybe you can talk to him. This whole business can still be settled without a major war." "I'll talk to him," Michael said. "Is there a conference this morning?" "Yeah," Hagen said. "Solozos finally got in touch and wants to sit down with us. By the way, we got the confirmation on Luca. They killed him the night before they shot your father in Bruno's nightclub. Imagine that. At the houses in Long Beach, the entrance to the mall was blocked by a long back car parked across its mouth. They went to the corner office and found Sonny and Tassia waiting for them. The 5 of them sat around the room, but the atmosphere was different from their earlier meetings. Sonny was furious, and nothing would haul him in. His attempt by Salazar the night before was the final straw. We got a call from the negotiator while you were gone. Sonny said to Hagen, "The Turk wants a meeting now." Hagen said, Was there a definite proposal?" "Yeah," Sonny said. He wants us to send Mike to meet him to hear proposition. The negotiator guarantees Mike's safety, so the meeting will be arranged on his side. His people will pick Mike up and take him to the meeting place. Mike will listen to Salazar and they'll turn him loose, but the meeting place is secret. The promise is the deal will be so good we can turn it down. Hannah bowed his head. He was deep in thought for a moment. He said, I spoke to your colleague in the police station. He says that Captain Mikulski is definitely on Salazar's payroll and for big money. Mikulski has agreed to be Salazar's bodyguard. Turk doesn't poke his nose out of his hole without Mikulski. When he meets Mike for the conference, Mikulski will be sitting beside him in civilian clothes but carrying his gun. Now, what you have to understand, Sonny, is that while Salazar is guarded like this, he's un- unverbal, unver, un, invulnerable, invulnerable. Sorry, nobody has ever gone down in Europe, Polish cabinet, and gotten away with it. The Carlin family would become outcast. So take that into consideration. Sonny shrugged. Mikulski can stay with Turk forever. We'll wait. Michael spoke for the first time. He asked Hagen, can the old man be moved out of the hospital and onto the mall here? Hagen shook his head. He's in very bad shape. He'll pull through, but he needs all kind of attention. Maybe some more surgery. Impossible. Then we have to get Salazar right away. Michael said, well, we can't wait. The guy is too dangerous. He'll come up with some new idea. Sonny was scratching his chin truthfully. You're right, kid, he said. Hagen said quietly. What about Captain Mikulski? Sonny turned to Michael with an odd little smile. Yeah, kid. What about Staff Police Captain? Michael flashed. Well, they want me to go to a conference with Salazar. It'll be me, Salazar, and Mikulski, all on our own. Set up the meeting for 2 days from now to get our informers to find out where the meeting will be held. Insist that it has to be a public place. Let it be a restaurant or a bar at the height of the dinner hour, so that I'll feel safe. Feel safe too. Even Salazar won't figure that will dare to gun the captain. They'll frisk me when I meet them. Also, I have to be clean then, but I figure out a way you can get a weapon to me while I'm meeting Sam. Then I'll take both of them. Michael looked around at all of them, and then started at Sonny, who couldn't stop laughing. You'll take both of them? Sonny said. Hey kid, they want to give you medals. They put you in the electric chair. You know that? Michael stood up. You'd better stop laughing, he said. The change in him was so extraordinary that the smiles vanished from their faces. Michael was not tall or heavily built, but his presence seemed to radiate danger. In that moment, he was a reincarnation of Don Corleone himself. Sonny stopped laughing, and Michael said to him in a cold voice, "Don't you think I can do it? You son of a bitch." Sonny had got over his laughing fit. "I know you can do it," he said. Mike shook his head. "Sonny, I'm doing it because it's the only thing to do. I can't give Salazar another crack at the old man. I seem to be the only one who can get close enough to him. And I figured out, Sonny, you have a wife and kids, and you have to turn the family business until the old man is in shape. So that leaves me and Freddy. Freddy is in shock and out of action. Finally, that leaves just me. It's all logic." Sonny came over and embraced him. "I don't give a damn what your reasons are, just so long as you're with us now," Sonny went on. "So now we have to figure out the best way to back him up. Tom Sleman's test to find out where Salazar will take him. Oh yeah. When sorry, I got confused a little bit. A little bit. We have to figure out the best way to back him up. Tom's demands of Tessia find out where Salazar will take him for the conference. I don't care how much it costs. When we find that out, we can figure out how we can get a weapon into his hands. Clemenzo, I want you to get him a really safe gun out of your collection. Mike, as soon as you use the gun, drop it on the floor. Not be caught with it on you. Clemenzo tape as a barrel and the trigger with the special stuff you got, so he won't leave prints. Then Mike will make you disappear for a nice long vacation until the heat wears off. You'll be gone a long time, Mike, but I don't want you saying goodbye to your girlfriend or even calling her after it's all over and you're out of the country. I'll send her word that you're okay. Those are orders. Sonny smiled at his brother. Okay, kid? You didn't have to give me that crap about not talking to my girlfriend, about something like this. Did you think I was going to call her up to say goodbye? Sonny said hastily. Okay, but you're still a rookie. A rookie, it means like you're a beginner, but you're still a beginner. So I spelled things out. Forget it, Michael said with a grin. What the hell do you mean a rookie? I listened to the old man just as hard as you did. How do you think I got so smart? They both laughed. Chapter 10. Chapter 10. Mikulski looked at the police station clock on the wall of his office. It was time for him to pick up the Turk Salazar and take him to wherever he was going to meet the Carlin family. Mikulski went over to his wall locker and started to change into his civilian clothes. When he was finished, he called his wife and told her he would not be home for supper as at night. He would be out on the job. He had been a good cop, a brave cop. The top young punks terrorizing street corners ran away when he approached and finally vanished from his bed altogether. He always made his rounds. He gave his stores a lot of protection, a lot of service. The tradespeople in his precincts appreciated it, and they showed their appreciation. He was a fair cop who took only clean graft. Bruno D'Aglia was an old friend of his. Bruno had gone to Fort Ham with one of his sons, and Bruno had opened his nightclub whenever the Mikulski family spent a night on the town, they could enjoy the cabaret with liquor and dinner on the house. Mikulski made a dinner on the house. Mikulski made a policy never to show that he understood what other people were up to. When Salazar had approached him with the proposition to leave old man Corleone uncovered in the hospital, Mikulski didn't ask why. He asked price. When Salazar said 10 grand, Mikulski knew why. He didn't know hesitate. Mikulski took the money in advance and he did his job. And when he received a call from Salazar that there was still a Corleone's man in front of the hospital, he had flown into a rage. He had looked up all of Tessa's men. He had pulled the detective guards of the door of Corleone's hospital room, and now he would have to give back the 10 grand. It was in that rage that he had gone to the hospital and struck Michael Corleone, but it had all worked out for the best. He had met with Salazar in the Chilea nightclub, and they had made a even better deal. Again, Mikulski didn't ask questions. he just made sure of his prize. It never occurred to him that he himself could be in danger, that anyone would consider even for a moment killing New York New York City police. Captain was too fantastic. Kuski sighed and got ready to leave the police station. He told his patrolman clerk where he would be if he was needed. He did not feel it necessary to take any precautions. It was Tom. It was Tom Hagen who had to make all the arrangements for Michael's leaving the country. His false passport, his seaman's card, his birth on Italian freighter, as it would dock in his Sicilian port. Emissaries were sent the very day by plane to Sicily to prepare a hiding place for Michael. Honey arranged for a car and absolutely trustworthy driver to be waiting for Michael when he stepped out of the restaurant where the meeting would be held with Salazar. The driver would be Tassio himself, who had volunteered for the job. It would be a beat-up looking car, but with a fine motor. I would have phony license plates, and the car and itself would be untraceable. Michael spent the day with Slamanza practicing with the small gun. Slamanza kept instructing him during the train session. Drop the gun as soon as you finished using it. Nobody will notice. Everybody will think you're still armed. They'll be staring at your face. Walk out of the place very quickly, but don't run. Don't look anybody directly in the eye, but don't look away from them either. Remember, they be scared of you. Believe me, nobody will interfere. As soon as you outside, Tessie will be in the car waiting for you. Get in and leave the rest to him. Now put this hat on and let's see how you look. He clapped a gray fedora on Michael's hat. Michael, who never wore a hat, Grimes, Slamaza reassured him. It helps against identification, just in case. Remember, Mike, don't worry about prints. The butt and trigger and fix with special tape. Don't touch any other part of the gun. Remember, Michael said. Has Sonny found out where Salazar is taking me? Clemenza shrugged. Not yet. Salazar's been very careful, but don't worry about him harming you. The negotiator stays in your hands until you come back safe. If anything happens to you, the negotiator pays. Okay, everybody, it's all for now. Sorry, maybe it's for you, maybe it's was really short episode, but I am a little bit tired, and I can go forward now right now. Okay, so thanks for watching me, and thanks if you enjoy this episode of the book. If you enjoy this channel, maybe I don't know, my channel is not most my channel maybe it's boring, but I wish I wanna I wanna be like really good blogger, sorry, YouTuber. Okay, thanks for watching me. Bye for now.